From grace to grass, the story of a glorified NFL player who turned inmate upon retirement. Sit back, relax and enjoy the story. But before we begin, to our old subscribers, don't forget to hit the like button. All new viewers are welcome, and surely you will enjoy your stay on this channel. While you watch this video, please click on the subscribe button to join our community. Orenthal James Simpson was born on July 9, 1947, in San Francisco, California, to Eunice, his mother, a hospital administrator, and his father, Jimmy Lee Simpson, a chef and bank custodian. Her auntie named him Orenthal, claiming he named him after a French actor she liked. Simpson has 3 siblings, including a late sister. Growing up, he developed rickets and wore a brace on his leg till he was 5'5", which made him develop the bow-legged stance. His parents separated while he was growing up in 1952, and he was single-handedly raised by his mother. He grew up in San Francisco and lived with his family in the Potrero Hill neighborhood housing project. Growing up, he was a member of a Persian warrior street gang and was briefly incarcerated at San Francisco Youth Guidance Center. He started playing football during his days at Galileo High School in San Francisco. Although he was an all-city football player at Galileo, his unexceptional high school grade denied him the attraction of many college recruiters. He graduated high school in 1965 and enrolled at City College of San Francisco. He played as a running back and defensive back, and his excellent performance saw him named to the Junior College All-American team as a running back. He led the college to win the Prune Bowl against Long Beach State. He attended the University of Southern California, USC, over the University of Utah. It was reported that he was a fan of the USC football team while growing up, and he played as a running back under coach John McKay in 1967 and 1968. With McKay in 1967, Simpson threw 1,543 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 1,880 yards on 383 carries in 1968. Simpson's 64 yards touchdown run against the University of California, Los Angeles, when his team was 6 points down in the final 11 minutes of the fourth quarter saw his team tied the score, and the extra point gave them the lead 21-20, which was eventually the final score. The performance was later regarded as one of the greatest football games of the 20th century. In 1967 he won the Walter Camp Award and was also a 2-time consensus All-American. He won the Walter Camp Award for the second time in 1968, including the Heisman Trophy and Maxwell Award. He held the record of the Heisman's largest margin of victory for 51 years. Simpson was picked by Buffalo Bills in the 1969 AFL-NFL Common Draft organized by Buffalo Bills, but his demand of $650,000 then, which was reported to be the highest contract in professional sports history, made the team owner Ralph Wilson not consider the deal, which he later considers after Simpson threatened to forego his professional football career and start acting. However, he struggled in his first 3 years of professional football, which resulted from coaches playing him out of position. After the 1971 season, Lou Saban was brought in as the head coach. Unlike previous coaches, he made Simpson the centerpiece of his attack. A season after Lou was appointed, Simpson managed a rush of over 1,000 yards for the first time in his career and gained a leading total of 1,251 yards. In 1973, he became the first player to break the highly sought-after 2,000 yards rush, totaling 2,003. His performance that year saw him win the NFL MVP award and the Maxwell Award for the second time, and he was also named the NFL Player of the Year for 1973. Simpson played his last game for the Buffalo Bills in 1977 after sustaining an injury that kept him on the sidelines and missing most games. He joined his hometown club San Francisco 49ers, and played there for 2 seasons. He managed to rush for 1,053 yards and 4 touchdowns during his 2-season spell with the side. He gained a total of 11,236 rush throughout his career, placing him second on the NFL's all-time rushing list. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1985 and was also named to the National Football League 100th Anniversary All-Time Team in 2019. Acting career. Simpson began acting right from his days at the University of Southern California. He first appeared on Drag Ent in an uncredited role as a potential recruit to LAPD. He made his debut in professional acting by appearing in the first episode of Medical Center. While playing football, he appeared in many productions, such as the television miniseries Root and many others. According to Arnold Schwarzenegger, Simpson was supposed to play the eponymous character in the movie Terminator, but things didn't go as planned. Outside his acting career, he worked as a commentator for the NFL on BBC and Monday Night Football. He also appeared in the audience of the Saturday Night Live show during its second season and featured as a host in its third season. In 1979, he started his film production company named Orenthal Production, which focuses more on made-for-TV fares such as the family-oriented Goldie and the Boxer film, where he featured Melissa Michelson in Cocaine and Blue Eye, both broadcasted by NBC. In 2006, he started his hidden camera prank TV show called Juiced. He will go on everyday people and prank them with a camera hidden from them. Legal issues. On the 17th of June 1994, Simpson was arrested in a low-speed pursuit by police while riding as a passenger in a 1993 Ford Bronco SUV owned and driven by his friend Al Cowlings. However, TV stations interrupted the 1994 NBA Finals live to cover the incident live. His arrest was connected to the murder of his wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman, who was found stabbed to death 5 days earlier. Simpson's trial was among the most widely publicized events in history. His defense counsel included Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian, Robert Shapiro, and F. Lee Bailey. While Marcia Clark was the lead prosecutor for the state of California. However, the jury gave the verdict of not guilty for the two murders. Following the verdict, no further arrest or conviction related to the matter was made. However, the verdict brings about some racial lines. A poll conducted among Los Angeles County residents shows that Black Americans believe justice was served, while most Latinos and whites believe otherwise. Following the verdict, the Goldman family filed a lawsuit against Simpson. Robert Baker represented Simpson at the courthouse presided by Judge Hiroshi Funaki. On October 23, 1996, open statements were made, and on January 16, 1997, both sides rested their case. A few weeks after, a civil jury in Santa Monica, California, unanimously found Simpson liable for the murder. Simpson was ordered by the court to pay $33,500,000 for damages. Later that year, he defaulted on the mortgage on his house, which saw the lender foreclose the home. In February 1999, Simpson's Heisman Trophy and other belongings that were worth $500,000 went to the Goldman family. They also tried to collect his monthly NFL pension but failed. Although Simpson, under court order, was restricted to spending on only ordinary and necessary living expenses. Simpson was involved in many legal issues, but he was acquainted with many of them. Some of his legal issues include his drug trafficking case of 2001, which says the FBI raided his house but found nothing related to drugs but uncovered equipment capable of stealing satellites. In 2004, he was arrested for water speeding over a manatee protection zone, failing to comply with the proper boating regulations, and many other crimes he was charged with. On September 14, 2007, Simpson was questioned as he and some men were involved in a robbery case at the Palace Station. He did confess to the charges that he took something from the room they burgled but denied that neither he nor any of his men were carrying a gun. 2 days after questioning, he and his group were charged with multiple felony counts, including kidnapping. They were later given bail, with bail set at $125,000. A few weeks after they were charged, the 3 other defendants agreed to testify against Simpson in exchange for reduced charges. They all testify against Simpson that they all carried guns on the night of the robbery. On December 5, 2008, Simpson was sentenced to 33 years in prison, with a possibility after 9 years. His legal team tried filing for a new trial, but it was turned down by Judge Linda Bell, stating that Simpson's contention lacked merit. At his parole hearing in 2017, the court granted him parole with some restrictions, including travel, non-contact with his friends involved in the robbery, and responsible drinking. He was released on the 1st of October 2017. Simpson became a completely free man after he was released from parole early for good behavior. Following his release, he planned to stay in Florida, but the state of Florida barred him from staying in the state. The decision from the state saw him move to Las Vegas from Florida. Simpson's social media page indicates that he enjoyed playing golf at his leisure, and he's mostly found giving his opinion on sports and politics via his social media page. Thanks for staying glued throughout the story. I hope you enjoyed your time here. For more enticing sports stories, please subscribe to this channel.